Alright, Sam, this video is for you. I have your quad finished. So you sent me this. The flight controller and the receiver were burnt out. So we ordered a new flight controller. So it had originally, let me see. It originally had this, which is a Talon F4. Okay. But this is actually the first original one. Which I don't even know if you can really find it anymore, but since there's a V2 out. But here's the V2, so this is what I ordered. I don't know what all the differences are besides, you know, they completely changed the pad layout and everything. But I'm not sure what all else has changed. It looks like almost everything on here has changed. But anyways, so this quad has this little 4-in-1. This is a Hobbywing X rotor 40 amp micro. So it's a little 20 by 20 4-in-1, 35 amp, I believe. And you know, the way that I do my work is I use Google Images like 99% of the time to get my pinouts and the wiring diagrams and all that stuff, you know. So I got that off of Google for this. So that was all good. And then, you know, I'm pretty sure I got off of HeliNation's website for the wiring for this. So, you know, I had it all set up right, and as soon as I plugged in the battery, smoke just started pouring out of this. It actually was coming out right here. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, you can see right there where it's burned. Right there. So it just straight up caught fire as soon as I plugged in the battery, which is just ridiculous. And usually that only happens, you know, if your wiring is wrong or backwards or whatever, but the wiring was not wrong. It was all exactly how it's supposed to be. And I know that for a fact because I took another flight controller that had the same order of the power and ground, and I plugged that same plug-in that I had in the Talon into this flight controller, and it powered right up. So obviously it wasn't the wiring. So anyways, got your new flight controller in there now. Got a new receiver in. So I thought maybe that the receiver might have just not been working because the flight controller wasn't working. But I hooked this one up to the new flight controller and it still didn't work. So it's dead. So we got you a new one in there. So this thing's good to go. The other thing was you sent me your radio, and the radio was like stuck on the splash screen. And then I ended up flashing the wrong firmware to it because I didn't know that this was the Access QX7, because this is actually my first time seeing an Access QX7. It didn't have a back for the battery. It didn't have the back in the box. So I don't know. Hopefully you have that. Otherwise it just disappeared. And you didn't send a battery either. So luckily I had this one, which was from like an old RC car I think that I had. Works perfect in here though. It's like two 18650s together to make it 2S. So let me know if you need that or if you have your own battery. But anyway, so I figured it out, flashed the right firmware. So now it's on the newest firmware. Should be 2.3.9, I believe. Yeah, 2.39. And I already got it bound up. So this switch back here is ARM, and then I just set this for auxiliary 2. That's all I set up. Like, you know, you can set it up however you want it. So let's plug in the battery. There's your video. Let's do a hover. All right, here we go. Hopefully. Okay. Sounds good. Looks good. It's all good. So I am gonna get this thing boxed up and shipped out, and I'll send you over tracking when I have it. And that should do it.